We're back. What's up, everybody? It's your boy D Culiante, man. I'm sitting here with my player partner, my mans, my brother, my right hand man, my left hand man, my man in the middle, Mr. Hilarious Darius, man. What's going on, brother?
How you doing? So I didn't know I'm fitting that many hands. You know what I mean?
You know, gotta juggle.
My left hand, my right hand, my hokey pokey man.
My defender in front of me. Nah. Well, as you can see, I'm in a whole new location today, brother.
Got a hand on the face, man.
All that basketball from yesterday. That's what it was.
I see an AC unit in the back.
Yeah, we in the projects. That's who we at. We in the projects, baby. You ain't got one of these, baby. We doing something wrong. The house ain't cool like mine. This is D Culiante place right here. Yeah, I promised the audience a new location. So here we go, audience. I wanted to get outside of the comfort zone. This is episode 5, man. We had to do something very, very big. So yeah, man. Well, brother, I love that shirt. What is that? Water is bad. I love that shirt, brother. You got good taste. You must love water. Water must be bad. You always got some type of shirt. You always got some shirt every episode. Break this down for the people, man. I love this shirt, man.
Look, I'm the shirt man. Okay.
Shirt man.
So this shirt, it says "Water is Bay," and this was actually a part of a initiative or a movement that Deontay was doing this summer. That I'll have him explain in a second. But for me, it was a way to support my brother and what he was doing. And then also personally, I wanted to drink more water. And I currently have about 3 bottles of water around me at all times. So I thank you for that, because I was drinking nothing but soda prior to that. But yeah, man, that's what shirt I'm out in public. People always read my shirt out loud. Oh, water is bay. Okay, they don't know what it means, but they're just like, oh, okay, So why don't you tell the people the whole idea behind this shirt?
Yeah, so one thing I will say is that I do think the word bay is a generation gap, okay? Because the older generation don't know what bay is. They think it's some type of like organization. Like, hold on, I ain't voting for Bay and them. Is that a political party? No, it's not a political party. It's a relationship. It's a companionship. That's what Bay is. But basically, I came across this idea. It came to me in a vision. Sent from the Most High, and I wanted to support the Flint, Michigan water crisis, but I wanted to do it in my own way. I didn't really want to do something that I didn't feel comfortable doing. So I always had this like love and passion for like creating stuff. And I talked to Darius about this a long time ago, but I wanted to create like this t-shirt line, but I didn't want to just do it just to kind of for the clout. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have some purpose behind it. So I being a biology major and trying to work with trying to break my way into dental hygiene program and all this other stuff, like health has always kind of been something that it's always been important to me. And so I wanted to wear that on a shirt, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, water is bay, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool because it encourages people to drink water. And then for every shirt I was selling, I was sending half of the proceeds of that shirt to the charity in Flint, Michigan. So it had a charitable cause behind it. And if you were single and needed a lady, water is bay, you know what I'm saying? And if it just went well. It just rolled off the tongue like a layup, you know what I'm saying? So that's the whole little thing behind the water is bay thing, man. And I had so much fun. It was like a little summer project, man. It was dope, man. So much. Yeah, you're looking good in your Waters Bay shirt, brother. You're looking real good, man.
So are you gonna do something like this again next summer, or where are you thinking? I know it's early, but
it is early, but I'm thinking about it. Got some ideas cooking. We're gonna get this podcast blowing up though. So by the time summertime come around, we had a podcast jumping and we had some shirts maybe. But we'll see though. Only time will tell.
That's awesome. But yeah, like I said, I think for me, definitely incorporating more water in my diet has been amazing. I don't know. I feel better. I I don't crave all that sugary stuff as much, which was, and the biggest takeaway for me is that I was like, man, this is kind of crazy. Like, as the more water I drink, the less I crave this other stuff. So for you, have you been drinking more water, or you just been pushing these shirts?
Yeah. What? As I drink soda on the sideline. Yeah, water is bae, but soda is the way. You know. Nah, man. I have, man. I've been trying to challenging myself to kind of get a gallon in a day. So I got a water bottle that tells
Oh,
you
dang.
how much water is in the bottle, like how what I'm saying. So I kind of try to keep a what I'm saying, kind of like a mental note. Okay, I've drunk this much. Let me keep pushing the envelope. So I try to drink a gallon a day. Now, does it get done? Not all the time, but I try. So I have been drinking more water. So
It's funny. I got a funny story. So there's this guy I know who he drinks a gallon of water a day, and he's been doing this for like, I don't know, 3, 4 years. So I just told him recently that I'm trying to drink more water, but no amount of water that I tell him impresses him. Like, he's so, if it's a gallon, don't you know how some athletes are like, it's a championship or a failure? That's
mm.
how he is with like a gallon a day. It's either a gallon a day or it's a failure. So I'll be like, hey man, I drank three bottles of water. He'd be like, that's it? That's it? 3 bottles of water? That's it? And he does like the ounce breakdown. He's all like, that's what? It was at 64 ounces? How are you still alive? Like, he'll do all
Dude,
that stuff. I'm like, God
see,
damn, bro.
and on one end, I can relate to him because the job that I work, water intake is so important. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a phlebotomist, so like I have to check veins all the time. So people be coming in and talking about, yeah, I drank a ton of water today. Like, how much is a ton? They don't expect you to ask them that question. Like, how much is a ton of water? About 3 bottles. I'm like, 3 bottles. You about to take that in one cycle. You better go back to the drawing board, drink some more water. Veins be looking all small. Yeah, about 3 bottles. They all impressed. Be like, all right. But I don't say that to discourage you, because you know what I'm saying. As long as you drinking more water, that's the key, man. But it depends on what industry. If you saying that to a phlebotomist, he gonna laugh at you. Or if you saying that to a guy who drinks a gallon a day, he gonna laugh at you.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, because the only time I heard a gallon a day, and I know we're supposed to be drinking like that, but the only time I heard somebody say that recently was when Michael B. Jordan was talking about how he had to transform his body to become Adonis Creed, was a gallon a day. So I felt like, well, I'm not fighting anybody in the Rocky franchise. Why do I need to drink a gallon?
That's funny.
Why do I need to drink a gallon a day?
I'm fighting bills. All I need is 3 bottles today. Fighting these phone bills.
Poverty. I'm fighting poverty. That's all I'm fighting.
That boy like float like a butterfly, sting like a phone bill. That's what he.
So I heard Michael B. Jordan was drinking a gallon a day. So I always felt like, well, why do I need to drink a gallon? But I am definitely seeing the importance of, having that much water in your body and stuff like that. But man, we got a great episode ahead for the people. We definitely on the right track with the water thing. But this whole episode, for the most part, is going to be talking about health or wellness in some form or fashion. But let's get started, man. I saw an article about this flight attendant who was smuggling drugs in her underwear as a means to fund her daughter's medical bills. So, that headline is all over the place. But what are your thoughts when I initially...
her pH balance. That's what I'm thinking about.
When I initially read that headline off to you.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say it again. Her pH balance. I'm hoping everything is okay. That's what I'm hoping. I'm joking. But that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a very risky move right there. You know what I'm saying? Externally, internally. I don't know how I feel about that. Damn. Should I say that? My bad. But no, man, I think it's so it's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate that it comes to that, because I don't know if flight attendants get paid a lot of money anyway. So that's unfortunate, man. We live in a, we live in a such a rich country, and but when it comes to like healthcare, man, there's a difference. There's a gap, man, and some people can have that access, some people can't. Me personally, man, like I kind of, you kind of shared that article with me, and I did it. I did a little research on like surgeries and trying to see like how much are typical surgeries. So I looked up heart surgery. Right now, hopefully none of us have to go through heart surgery. As long as we keep drinking this water and keep water as bay, we don't have to go through this. But they say heart surgery can cost between the ranges of $30,000 to $200,000. That is a lot of money. And I'm assuming that's
That is.
yeah. I mean, even if you have some type of health insurance, that's still a lot of money to have to tackle. I was also looking at the cost of like dental implants. You know what I'm saying? So I start off, okay, heart surgery, but let me look at something like that we deal with on a day-to-day, like some dental implants, and that can run you between $2,400 to $3,000. So it's just a lot of money, when you try to get that type of treatment done, man. What are your thoughts, man?
Man, I agree with you. I think, like you said, there's a lot of discrepancies when it comes to healthcare and stuff like that. But I also think, like, anytime a parent is making, or anybody makes like those drastic life choices as a means to protect or save somebody that they love, it's interesting because it sounds like John Q. That Denzel movie is what I thought about when I first read the article. Like a parent willing to go through whatever means necessary to make sure their child is okay. Is kind of where my brain went when I first read that article. Um, and it is crazy because I know sometimes, man, somebody having a health crisis can wipe out a family.
Mm,
Like, because typically if you have some type of health crisis, that person may not be able to work anymore. And then those medical bills can continue to compound. And if you don't have insurance, the quality of service that you're, I don't know. I mean, it's it's an interesting headline. It definitely turns heads. But that's what I was just thinking about. I was just thinking about a mother trying to save her daughter when I read that article.
yeah.
All right, y'all. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. Before we got disconnected, Mr. Ellison, you was telling the audience about a story about your dental experience and your dental insurance. So if you wouldn't mind retelling that story for the audience.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, because we don't know where it cut off.
Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Okay. Not a problem. So, all right, y'all. So recently, I got some dental work done. So I haven't been to the dentist in a while. I'm talking about when Obama was in office. I don't know if it was his first term or his second term, but he was in office. So that's the last time I've been to the dentist. So I went recently, and I knew I neglected my whole smile, my whole mouthpiece. So I was expecting to hear some bad news. I was expecting to hear I got like a cavity or two, but I always brush my teeth, so I felt okay. So the dental assistant does all the x-rays, and she's like, all right, well, I'm just going to I'll be right back. She doesn't tell me where she's going. The lady in the front, the receptionist, comes in. I'm like, oh, hey, whoa, hey, how's it going? I was like, is my stuff done? She was like, no, it's not done. I'm actually here to kind of go over the payment plan. I was like, okay, not a problem. So she's running through the options, right? She's like, well, what do you want to get done today? I was like, well, the minimum. She's like, well, okay, you got a tooth in your mouth that if you don't do nothing today, you're gonna start leaking out earwax. I said, earwax? What? That's gross. She's like, you better do something today, or your ears is gonna start leaking earwax. I said, okay, I don't want that. Let's get that going today. So she says, all right, we're gonna get a root canal done on a molar, and it's gonna cost about like $860. How do you want to pay for that? I was all like, in compliments? Can I pay in compliments? Because that's a lot of money. I was like, I got insurance. She was all like, yeah, but it's gonna cover just a portion of it. You're still gonna have to come up with the $800, 860, whatever. So I said, I'm scratching my forehead. I'm like, all right, y'all do payment plans? She's like, yeah, of course. Do you want to pay like $600 today. I was like, no, I don't. How much? She's like, how much do you know what I'm saying? This is what she asked me. She said, how much do you have on you today? I was like, I think I got about $200. She's like, okay, all right, you could just pay that, and then we'll start the payment plan from there. I was like, all right, can I have you just turn around? I had her turn around. I started shaking things around. I was like, okay, I'm over here, I'm over there. Went into my sock, got my $200. I said, all right, here you go. All right. Now I want my stuff taken care of with extra care. All right. This is my hard-earned money. You know what I'm saying? She's like, we got you, Mr. Ellis. So yeah, man, I got that taken care of, but it was a chore, man, because they was serious about them payment plans. How's it going? It's the first. I'm like, man, I just paid rent. It's like, yeah, we need ours. We need ours. Right?
Wait, but didn't like as soon as you had this procedure scheduled or planned, didn't Corona like hit like
yes,
right after
that's another thing. 2020 wasn't done rolling out disasters, so they start shutting down the whole world, including dental offices, and I couldn't get no dental work done. And I was nervous. I'm like, am I going to get affected? What's going on? Because they started the procedure, but they only did like half of it. So I was very worried. And I didn't get a chance to go back to the dentist until like 2 months later. And then when I went back, it was still a lot of work they had to do. They're like, all right, it's going to be, you got to visit us 2 more times, this time and another time. I'm like, dang, man. And so I say all that to say, like, that was one tooth. You know what I'm saying? One tooth. I'm a single man, but I was able to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So I can just imagine, like, you got a little man, got a little mama. You know what I'm saying? Got a little kid, and they sick. You feel me? They got some type of crazy, you know what I'm saying, disease or some genetic disease. You know what I'm saying? That stuff can get expensive. So
That's funny. So you said a couple things that kind of made me laugh here. So the first thing that I thought was funny is how you made the receptionist turn around to kind of throw off your trail, but then you told the audience exactly where you hide your money. You said it was in your sock. So, you're gonna get ran up on saying all that.
Please, listen. Listen. Hey, that was 2 months ago. Now I gotta move my funds to another area because I done told y'all. Now the receptionist is gonna know. She's like, check his sock.
Let me see that sock. Yeah, he can come in. He can afford 2 more teeth based on our thing. Are those high top socks? Those ankle socks.
That's how you know I'm giving it away too. But I'm wearing the high top socks. Yeah, check his socks. He keeps all his money out.
That made me laugh. But the reason I also laughed is because I had a similar experience. I went to a dentist recently, and they were telling me how much my treatment plan was going to cost. And first of all, I went to the dentist because I thought I had like a free teeth cleaning, right? It's free if it ain't a lot of work. If it's a lot of work, you got to pay some paper. So I'm paying, and then the receptionist comes up, and she's like, actually, I think it was the dental hygienist, because the dental hygienist does the selling, and then the receptionist just writes it up, right? So she goes, well, with you, I would recommend this, this, and this. And also, and she goes like this, you don't have to do it, but we do have this toothbrush that really does a good job cleaning. And I said, okay, yeah, well, shoot, I was about to go to H-E-B and clean up anyway after that. She said, nah, don't go to H-E-B. We have a dentist-approved toothbrush, which all toothbrushes are dentist-approved, right? So she goes, this particular toothbrush costs $100. I was like, $100? She was like, yeah, but it comes with a charging station, and it does like this UV sonic cleaning every time you brush your teeth. So it's like you got a new toothbrush every time. So I was on the fence and off the fence about whether or not I wanted to buy this $100 toothbrush. And I was insurance money anyway, so it was money I wasn't gonna get, anyway. It was a prepaid plan or whatever. So I was like, man, let's go ahead. Let's just give me the $100 toothbrush. That toothbrush is pretty fly though. I ain't gonna lie. I use it all the time. It's pretty fly. But that upselling they be doing in those dentist office, they get you in a real vulnerable position when you feel like your teeth finna fall out your mouth, and then they sell you a $100 toothbrush or a $800 root canal.
So I'm just being silly, but if you came to stay the night in my apartment and the first thing you did was set up your toothbrush station, start plugging in things, I'm gonna be like, hey player, you gotta go. You taking up outlets, you unplugging my phone charger to plug in your toothbrush, man. I'm gonna plug this in, I'm gonna let this charge for a little bit. I'm gonna be like, listen, you doing the most. It's only 1 minute.
If I came to your house, I would be like, Deontay, turn around while I plug up my toothbrush. Turn around. Turn around. I'm over here.
That is funny. Oh man. Well, yeah, smile on, player. Keep smiling. You got $100 toothbrush. Keep smiling. All the rest of the podcast, this episode. Episode 5 is brought to you by Darius's Smile and his $100 toothbrush. Yeah, that's he has to smile all episode
to get my money's worth.
Money's worth. That's an expensive smile right there.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. But nah, man, I think okay. So you also mentioned something else that I thought was interesting. You mentioned how your dental insurance didn't cover much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you tell the audience your theory on dental insurance? What do you think dental insurance is?
Yo, it's a coupon. That's what it is. It's a it's gonna cost you $800, but we'll slide in this coupon. We'll take off 75 cents and we'll throw in dental floss. It ain't nothing but a coupon. Insurance ain't nothing but a coupon. Yeah, that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? But you need your coupons to get your savings.
Yeah.
And you know, sounds like that flight attendant didn't have no coupons. She ain't had no coupons for little mama. And yeah, she had to figure out some stuff. It's unfortunate, but
yeah, dude.
It's rough, man.
That's funny. They give you a free pizza. Hey, you get your teeth clean. We give you a Papa John's coupon. That's dental insurance is.
You know what I'm saying? But they give you something that just don't necessarily go with what you're getting done. It's like going to the grocery store. Yes. If you buy lasagna, we're gonna give you some carpet freshener and some candles. What? The coupon.
Carpet freshener and some candles. I came in here for some cottage cheese.
I'm coming from cottage cheese. I'll leave out of here with carpet freshener and some coupon.
I have hardwood floors. What is this?
They be throwing I'm telling you, you throwing all type of stuff.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, and it's funny too because I love that we're talking about health. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I was listening to a podcast earlier this week, and this lady said this line that's been resonating with me. She was talking about health, and she said you can either pay now or you can pay later, right? And what she meant by that is just how a healthy living, it costs more than kind of the cheap food or the cheap things that we kind of put in our bodies. But she said you can either pay now or you'll pay later in terms of medical bills, right? And one thing that I really thought that was interesting she was talking about is she talked about how when we eat, we have to be at a place of peace when we eat in order for our food to properly digest. Right, so many of us eat on the go. I know a couple podcasts ago, we were talking about how we love eating on the go and eating in our laps and all sorts of stuff, right? But she was referring to this book where this person talked about how grace, the practice of grace, how just saying a prayer before you eat, how it really puts you in this place of conscious eating, meaning that you're very intentional about when you eat. And you're chewing your food and you're just being thankful of the meal that's in front of you, which allows it to properly digest, which I thought was just really interesting. So it's something that I've been trying to do a good job of. So here's a question for you, and be honest with the audience. Be honest with the audience. When it comes to saying grace before a meal, how good are you at saying grace, or do you just chow down and like say grace in the middle of it, like thank you Jesus as you lick at your fingers?
Goodness. Oh, that's a very, very good question. Man, to be honest, Recently, not as often. Not as often. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I have not been saying grace um as often. As soon as the food is done, I'm like, let me try something. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bite my finger off. Um, do you say grace a lot before you eat?
All right, so I'm about to tell on myself, right? I'm terrible at grace, bro. I am terrible at grace. And you ever been eating with like a group of people and you're terrible at grace, so you just start eating. Then somebody else either verbally announces, "Hey, let's pray for the
Mm-hmm.
food," or they like even if they do an individual grace, but it's such a big way of doing grace. Like you'll be eating at a table, it's like 4 people there, and everybody else is eating, and you see the one person that put their elbow on the table to do this, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you 3 bites in your food, you like, ooh, you know what I mean? And then they saying the prayer, but you still chewing as they praying, or like you try to chipmunk it, or
But I mean, for us though, us personally though, our mentor, every time she used to invite us over, we used to you used to have to say grace. And we Deontay, you gonna say grace? There, you used to have to kill the grace. Like, yo, Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together for this fellowship. And you was remember that? Like,
oh, I can dominate a grace. If I can remember it, oh, I can dominate. I can bring the house down. I can say, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food we're about to receive. Let it be nourishment to our body.
but
I can
like
crush them.
you remember, especially for us, like how much praying we had to do. Like it coming up in the early 20s, like every little like dinner party or every deacons in training. You feel me? Like we used to always have to pray. So it's kind of funny that for us, especially, we kind of fell to the wayside with prayer as of recently. Because you
We
said,
got
I'm like, I haven't thought about praying over my food in a while. So I think that's kind of funny. Like,
It is funny. We did do a lot of prayer. And you know what's
yeah.
interesting? So me and Deontay, quick side story. So me and Deontay, at this church we used to go to, we were like deacons and trainers, so they were preparing us to be deacons to help us with
Did
the
we ever
sermon.
become deacons?
We never became deacons. We still in training. We in the
Oh, okay.
we in the G League when it comes to deacons. We never got promoted to the big leagues.
That's
But
funny.
we used to be required to do like these prayers at the beginning of service. And okay, so I grew up in the church. My granddad was a pastor. Deontay didn't necessarily grow up in the church. So when he got to a point where we were doing prayers together, we were coming from these two different sides, right? So I had like experience in prayer. So Deontay kind of had to develop in that area. But Deontay would always like he would fascinate me and just impress me in another way. So one time we're doing prayers and I'm just laying back like, I know if I'm called upon, I got this, right?
Darius was always he was so cool, so level-headed when it came to prayer. We got to pray in front of this congregation. Darius is like, it's a layup to me. I'm like, sheesh, I feel like the Miami Heat. I'm like, this is an elimination game right here. Darius is an LA Laker. I'm a Miami Heat player. I'm like, yes. Every play counts, So that just kind of shows Sunday morning, you can smell the anxiety in the air coming from me. Is that anxiety? No, that's Deontay.
I smelled him coming. Check his socks for the offering and tithes.
Thanks, bro. All right, go ahead with your story, bro.
All right. So we there. We up, and I'm ready to give my prayer. Like I already know I'm feeding the audience. I know what this member like. I know what she like to hear in a prayer. Like I'm taking requests like a
Home
DJ.
court advantage, bro.
I'm taking requests like a DJ. I know how to mix and master a prayer, right? So Deontay goes, all right, y'all, we about to get ready to do a prayer. Before we do, I just want to share with y'all something that I read or heard this weekend. I saw an interview with Denzel Washington's mother, right? And first of all, when you mention Denzel Washington, you got everybody's attention. But when you mention his mother, the person that raised him, now you got everybody's antennas just up. He goes, and his mother was saying something about how it was between awards and rewards. And you were saying like how awards are given by man.
Ooh.
But God, God has the reward. When I tell you Deontay brought the whole house down, I couldn't even pray. Nobody was interested in my prayer. They was that word that he gave.
Snap. I forgot about that, yo. Yo, he really remembered it though. He got great memory, bro. He got
That's
great
because
memory.
I remember being like, where did he come with this clutch? And where did he dig
I
deep?
was Jimmy. I was Jimmy in game 5, fam. Jimmy in game 5.
He dug deep for that. I said, where did he pull that from? Because I don't. Until this day, nobody can find an interview. Nobody can find an interview that you sourced, that you cited. Cite your sources. Nobody can find it, by the way.
Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, I remember feeling so like a relief. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so nervous. So like I remember I said that, and I was like, yeah. Hi, Darius. Darius used to like, he used to shine so much, bro. And I used to be like, I have to follow up with this guy. You know what I'm saying? I used to be so nervous. I'm like, bro, this is not my skill set, bro. Like, so it was like a 1 in a million, like rare win. But I remember doing research because I knew Sunday morning I had to get up and speak. So yeah, that just tickled. You just brought me back a little bit, dog. That's funny. Brought me back a little bit. I'm putting my mindset back in that winning moment. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need that for the rest of the day. I'm gonna need that for the rest of this Monday. That's so funny, bro. Man gives out.
But yeah, I remember that.
That's funny. That's funny.
You dominated that, bro. I was like, yo, what the heck, bro? But I know for me, I'm trying to be more intentional about prayer, bro. Because for whatever reason, like, I'm so used to eating on the go. As y'all can tell, I done shot 5 episodes in the car. I'm always on the go, right? So I'm always eating on the go. I'm always like, but even when I'm eating, even if I get home or, I'm somewhere where I can sit down, it's still an urgency to me to eat as opposed to being appreciative for what's in front of me. So, and it happened again last night. We was having like a family dinner. I was invited to that. And I was eating and I finished my food. And then another person who's very, very good with saying grace, they got to the table and they started saying grace. I done finished my whole plate. So I'm like, oh God, please don't make sure I don't eat poison. I done ate this whole plate, you know what I mean? But coming into today.
That man ate everything before the. That's funny, bro. That man ate everything.
I was hungry, bro.
That man looked up, huh? What? Huh?
I forgot about the Lord. I was eating this meatloaf. I'm sorry. I forgot about Jesus while I devoured this.
Oh, that is hilarious, bro. You
But
ate
for
everything
me,
on the plate, bro?
everything was gone. Everything was gone. Because I was the first one to have a plate. So I said, excuse me. And it was funny. I put up my finger. I said, can I get a fork and a drink, please? Can I get a water and some fork?
That was so.
I put up 2 fingers. I said, hey, can I get a fork and can I get a water? Right?
What?
And
He talking to a server? He talking to a server like that?
Not a server, but not a server. But I was just trying to be respectful. I didn't want to be all in the kitchen or whatever. So I was just like, excuse me, if you, trying to get some attention. Excuse me, if you in the kitchen, if you don't mind. Can I get a fork first? And a drink?
Oh my goodness, bro. That's funny.
So I get my fork and my drink. Nobody else has their food. So I'm like, I'm about to go ahead and get a head start. Because I don't do that whole let me wait till everybody sit down to eat because my food gonna get cut. I'm very selfish, right? So I'm telling on myself in this episode.
The quiet one has spoken, ladies and gentlemen. The quiet one has spoken. He is no longer quiet anymore, as you can see. He's very. Oh my goodness.
I have a lot of selfish tendencies, so I get my plate first. I'm like, I'm about to devour this meal. I'm so hungry. I've been starving. I'm using language like I'm starving, right? No, and I'm not starving. But that's how I'm thinking. That's the mindset.
Food just smelling that good.
Man, I was like, yo, I'm being tortured. having 2 plates of food in me with no fork and no drink, right? So I said, excuse me,
I
can I
get a
get
fork and a drink
and a
immediately.
drink immediately with urgency?
Oh my goodness, bro.
So,
Oh my
so
goodness.
I get my fork and I get my drink and I'm
Mm.
eating, I'm throwing down, right? Everybody else finally sits down. They all take turns saying they grace, and I'm like, oh God, I'm going to hell. I done ate this entire meal. I didn't thank the Lord at all. Once. Didn't even think about it. So
Didn't cross my mind.
at all.
Jesus wept? No, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. He was saying that.
I didn't say a short prayer. I didn't say nothing. All I said was that was good. That's what I was complimenting.
That was
I was
good.
complimenting the chef. I was doing all this. Mwah. Compliments to the chef. Compliments to the chef. Whoever put their elbow in that meatloaf, put your knee in that
Meatloaf is
meatloaf.
good, bro. Meatloaf is really good on a Sunday, so yeah, that's funny.
I was complimenting everybody but Jesus. I was like, so I got a little convicted. I felt bad all after that. Oh, I gotta work on that, Darius. You ain't that hungry, bro.
Funny, bro. Dude, that's really funny. And now I'm thinking about myself too, because I'm like, I'm not even better, bro. Like, I get busy when it comes to food too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I gotta do better too. I'm gonna do that's
Yeah.
call to action this week to the audience. Like, yo, make sure before you eat, give thanks. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and even if you don't believe, like even if you don't believe, at least like slow down, like
There you
just
go.
appreciate what's in front of you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but if you are a believer, definitely say grace to the Most High. You know what I
Man.
mean? We gotta work on that, man. I can't tell you how many meals I done had where it was an afterthought. It wasn't even an afterthought. Like I would eat and I'd be like, huh, and then I would think about it. But then the next time I would eat, wouldn't even say, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so,
Oh man, I'm the same way, bro. I'm the same way.
yeah.
So, I mean,
That's,
sometimes I'm like, yo, I don't know, but I'm the same way. Sometimes I'm like, yo,
that's
thank you, man. You know, I say thank you to the person who gave it to me. Thank you, you. Yeah, that's what I say. Thank you to.
You're paying a compliment to everybody else but Lord.
That's right. I'm the same way. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, random people. Thank you for watching me enjoy this meal. Thank you.
Dang, bro. That's funny. That is hilarious.
So we got to be better.
We gotta be better. Both of us. Both of us gotta be better.
That's funny. But let's see here. All right, sir. So we can get ready to land this plane here pretty soon. I'm looking over my notes. But we talked about health. Okay, so let's go ahead. We can wrap this thing up. So for you, what's one health goal that you have in store for the next 7 days?
Oh. Well, man. That's a great question. I would say maybe it's two. So one would be definitely eating better this week, you know, walking into this week with like, you know, intentionally trying to eat clean as much as I can, you know, get some healthy food from the store. Another thing would be to probably the biggest one is this mental space right here, and just making sure that I'm just checking on myself mentally, making sure my mindset is good. You know what I'm saying? Because the week can be long for me. You know what I'm saying? With working and going to school, and I can be a hater to myself some days. Just making sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm just taking that step back and make sure I'm good mentally, because, you know, school and all that stuff can be a lot. So, because listen, if your mental state ain't right, your money ain't gonna be right. This you make sure your money right when your money right when your mental right. You feel me? So, this is money maker
Like,
right
turn
here.
around. Let me think. Let me
This is where the
let me
money
think.
come
Turn
from.
around. I gotta get my mind right.
Mind strong. You know what I'm saying? Give myself a compliment. But now, what about you, brother?
I definitely want to do a better job with the water. So I found myself grabbing more sugary drinks, last week. I know I said, "Can you give me a water?" when I was saying the grace bit, but that was a soda. I grabbed a soda during the bit. So,
And
but
a
I do
fork.
want to do a bit of and a fork and a sugary soda. Uh,
I'm sorry, that's what. And it's sugar and soda, please. I'm
give me
ready to
the
eat.
sweetest. I need some sugar to go with this salt, but this high cholesterol, all this starch, this
Yeah,
unhealthy meal.
boy,
I need
boy,
some sugary.
Sunday best boy was eating good on Sunday. Hey, meatloaf. I need these invites, by the way, sir.
Hey,
Go ahead, man.
What a welcome. But yeah, for me, man, just drinking more water. I definitely want to be more active. I want to. My people do like this. They be walking every night. I don't know how many times a week, but they walk around some neighborhoods, whatever. So I may join them once or twice this week. But trying to be more active, drinking more water, and I would love to incorporate more fruit and vegetables. Okay, but you might tease me for this, but I feel like I'm allergic to a lot of fruit, so I struggle
Get some dry
with
fruit or
trying to.
something.
You said what?
Man, you need to get some dry fruit.
But yeah, that might be a solution. But yeah, sometimes I go out here and try to get fruit. But I don't know, man. Sometimes my throat get the itching and scratching. I was like, "Ugh, I'm about to look like Hitch at the minute." You know what I mean? But but that's one goal for me, man. Just drink more water. Have water be bae. You know, not do a one night stand with water, but have her, have her be bae.
You gotta
And
slow dance with the water. Gotta slow dance with the water.
give thanks to the water.
Give thanks to the water.
Give thanks to the water. But yeah, man, that's what I got.
Dang. All right, well, we're gonna hold ourselves accountable.
Yes, sir.
And then to the audience, let us know what is something that is important to you. What kind of health goals you have set for this week? It's a whole new week, and want to see you also reach your goals, man, from the DED experience, man. So, yeah.
All right, sir. Well, yeah, I think we go ahead and end this. We thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back for episode 6. We'll let you know if we reached our goals or not. We'll let you know if we've been saying grace or not. But we thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you all on the next episode.
Hasta luego! Working on my Spanish. Peace.